Hey Taurus. It's the season before your season, and there is a few different ways you can be feeling or changing or going through already. Eclipses being in your signs this month is kind of the calm before everything shifts. So already, your eclipse is coming up. The Tower moment here is that some of you, there could be physical movement. Now, this really can relate to anything. Either the physical movement in your life, a big change in your mind or in the way that you perceive things, or a movement of jobs. But let's get some more cards. I think a lot of you are going to hear things that you need to hear but don't exactly want to hear from people in your life. More so someone who you've kind of been back and forth about. And this could just be you seeing the true colors of someone. Someone could really show you who they are, and now you get to be extremely clear. For others of you, it's about declaring what you want and how you want things, and being able to show more of that side of yourself. And that changes a lot. When you become in touch with a truth you haven't seen, or you become in touch with something that changes you, you are unafraid to, regardless of what some people, I'm like, what word am I looking for? Regardless of what some people perceive about you or know about you, when something changes your mind or something changes your direction, you'll just go for it. You might keep that other thing in the back and want to go back to it, but when you're ready to go forward, you go forward. What's really important is that you need to see this, because this person or this situation has been an energy leak for you almost. And what happens after that is, okay, the Tower, then the Fool, another risk or another change. This is more about, I feel like you're getting to that silly, more playful side of yourself that you haven't really been in a while. Maybe a couple months, maybe it's been even longer, maybe you've only saved it for yourself and a few people, but there's something that's coming and changing, and it's a part of how you take this energy that's shifting into you. It's seeing that there's so much more when you give yourself the opportunity to look up, understand, trust yourself, trust your process, and move forward. There is a big focus on your trajectory right now and where you're headed. So if you're not in that trajectory, or if you haven't been moving towards that place in your life, well, that's kind of what this Tower moment in the Fool is all about. It's wanting you to become connected with what's more authentic to you, what's been hidden from you possibly. So if something all of a sudden happens, it's for the better. It may not seem like it at first, but like you need to be shocked or earthquaked into something. And this is your earthquake moment before we get to your season where you kind of get to sew everything together and start to move in a different direction. So what you're capable of right now, and in moving in through this Aries season, is to really allow that Aries feeling to jolt you into moving forward and moving away from what has been taking your attention. So this Tower moment with a specific situation, you might just have had enough about. And what you're also moving away from is letting things go too far. So you're starting to not allow things to go too far, where you're actually doing yourself a disservice by collecting that energy and then kind of exploding. This is probably the last explosion in this particular way that you're going to feel in a while. You're going to feel explosions in your life, but this one in particular is really all about this has been a buildup. And it's like you've felt it, but you didn't understand. And now Aries season's like, here is your understanding and entry into this. And what this may cause of you is to feel you'll feel this high and this understanding and all of this deep insight about yourself and about what is going on and what's going on with you and what's changing, because you're downloading something huge with this eclipse. You understand how to articulate things and do things in a way that not many people are sophisticated to. You're a sign that just has to, and just like Scorpio, that just has to keep being themselves until everybody gets it. And some may not get it. Some may never get it. Just so you know, like, here's the thing. You're a natural evolution. You're this natural beauty that evolves and continuously makes this movement and this feeling of everything feel prolonged, whether it's the most beautiful feeling or sadness or this hurt or pain. And when you learn to, and some people might say, oh, get over it, you have to get over it, why are you still on that? But that prolonging, sometimes, not all times, hear me out, sometimes is because it gives you the ability to stretch things out and really see what needs love. You're a Venusian sign. What kind of love it needs. You get so detailed in things that when you don't need to like look at this thing anymore, it's running so smoothly that it helps not only everything else heal a lot quicker because you've been patient with this particular situation or general cycle in your life or aspect of yourself or particular art. So anything that you put your attention to, and those could be interchangeable as well, and they are very much included within one another, you're now able to articulate things with people, and you draw people in who want to have these conversations, and very luscious conversation and luxurious, and give yourself that opportunity to have them, right? And you could say that, you know, some people might not understand. That's going to cause you to understand that everything you've been feeling, whether it's stuck or stop and go, or like you feel this and then all of a sudden it brings you down, or whatever it is, it's because the Virgo moon a few days, like about a week ago after this comes out, it was very profound for your body. Being two earth signs, Virgo understands what it's like to shift and change so much, but it can become either very comfortable or it can become instability. It can become both. It can become all different things. But you being more of a fixed, you get that time to really seep into things. They learn through more experience and having to go through these emotional experiences. You go through a wide variety, especially the physical part. And what you're getting insight about is your physical part and where you may need to be. So some of us need to release and let go and learn to be more emotionally intelligent, still letting our emotions out, but understanding not to take certain things personal. And you've become like, there's this part in you, and you still being the kid, but there's this part in you that's becoming extremely understanding of where your emotions are actually necessary. And you and Scorpio have the most insight on that. But Scorpio is, however, a little bit more mature in that aspect. And that's something that I think you're seeing within yourself, and Virgo could even be helping you see, or just having this hermit energy of understanding that when something doesn't go right, it doesn't mean that it was you and all you. It could have just been not for you, and whatever you want to call the divine comes in and like takes it away. It could be something you needed to heal, something, or maybe it's just something out of the blue or something unexpected. But ultimately, you know deep down that it was coming from somewhere not unexpected. You know, I think you understand that more than ever, and I think that this side of you, maybe the masculine side of you, has been healing, and we all have both energies inside of us, are all like, and they also intermingle. And the masculine side of you is becoming more keen and aware that how you decide to connect with yourself is ultimately how you decide to connect with other people. And you're allowing yourself to become more open and not hold things so near and dear to yourself, or you're letting it go through art, or you're giving yourself a chance to really show how you can see so many oppositions, or just all of the deep like yearnings of people. Like there could be this poetic side of this artistic side that comes out of you even more, and that could be the Tower moment where it's showing you that you need to go more towards that kind of direction in your life, you understanding, but your logical part of yourself doesn't always think that's okay. You can do it in a way that includes technology. Some of you might be getting into NFTs and all of that. So be it. Let the sun shine and let the moon shine. Let them both shine. Because then by next month, you'll understand even more how to navigate even energy and the raw energy. Especially this month, you might be feeling very raw. You'll understand a little bit more. And because you learn, what people also might not get about you is that you learn so quickly. When you're given a chance to really be present with anything, you learn so quickly because it's visceral. It's and when you can make something tangible, it's so easy for you. When things connect, boom, boom, boom. Like you are kind of the coding of the earth. The earth signs are that. But you have this more innate, in touch part of you that many people disconnect from. And I think that's what keeps you away from people. But that's actually what's going to draw people in with you the next few months. You just have to distinguish who they are to you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Whether it be like someone you work with in a business way, if it's a personal relationship, maybe it's a mixture of both. It's also learning how to navigate that as well. This is just big for your career right now. There's not a lot of, there's love, but like it's more it's very personal, but it's also a lot more open than you might be used to. And I think it's important to understand that. And to understand that side of you that's being seen so clearly is also realizing things, and you may realize things in moments of that you weren't necessarily expecting to. And you could feel and let your very raw, natural self show in front of whomever. And you feel safer to do so because you're ultimately, even though this can seem very like up and down, you're so much more comfortable in who you are and how you feel and how you relate. And I think that was like the quality of the Venus in Capricorn for a while. And you, at the end of the month, it's very clear to you what has been maybe not, the parts of you that this part of you, maybe the masculine parts of you that haven't been shown enough attention, and you want to use that for the betterment of your life. And that could be also Aquarius, from Aquarius season as well. What you've learned to, and how you can get so stuck on this one thing that had happened. And I think between reflecting and things happening, it seems like that whatever wasn't clicking before clicks this month. Okay? So we'll get into the second part where we look at the cards and a Patreon link below, and then all information to work with me one-on-one is also below, Taurus. Happy early birthday to those of you who have birthdays at the end of the month, and we'll see you in your birthday. You ready?